Welcome to Improv Separately Together. I'm your host, Philip Whiting, and today we have another guest from Florida. I don't want to hear from any of you. I know a lot of people in Florida. His name's Larry!
Hey!
Woo!
Give it up for Phil in Florida!
I'm not in Florida right now.
Well, I know.
But
Phil and Florida.
Oh yeah, and Florida. That makes more sense. So thanks for coming on the show today.
Sure, man. Thanks for having me.
Why don't you let the audience know a little bit about yourself?
Oh, how much time do you have?
Well, you have to get back to work, so just go ahead and make it quick.
Yeah, I sure do. Hey, folks. My name's Larry Kobe. I live in Trinity, Florida. I've been here since 1990. I came down here to go to school at Southeastern in Lakeland. And I've been here ever since. And through some tragedy in my life, a divorce, I ended up getting involved in this crazy world that we call improv. You know what it's like, Bill, right? I put my name in a mailing list, and I got called to be a volunteer at SAC Comedy Lab in Orlando, Florida, and that's how it all started. Now, I think prior in my life, I did some performances when I was in high school, and I think that's where I got bit by this proverbial bug, the acting performing bug. And it was just at this time in my life where I ended up becoming a volunteer. It was in 1998. SAC was over on Amelia. They were on Church Street when I had put my name in the mailing list, and then they had moved. And so I started volunteering. I was handing out concessions and picking up Tootsie Rolls in between shows and doing whatever they asked me to do. And I got to watch these shows for free, and I was just blown away. I was like, wow, what is this? I want to know more. And when I was at the Church Street, the location, I had watched an improv show, and I just wanted to know more about it. And so while volunteering, anybody that knows SAC, you can earn SAC bucks. I was able to earn enough SAC bucks and start my classes in 1999. So I went through pretty much the whole year, about 8 months or so, of all the different levels of classes with fantastic teachers. I became a lab rat and performed for a little bit, but then I ended up moving further west, and the drive was really, really hard.
Right.
And life, so I got involved with a number of other groups, heading west, Comedy Buffet in Winter Haven, and then a friend of mine and I started a group called Bay Area Improv Theater. His name's Toby Martini. We started BAIT for short, and we were pretty much, after going to the Miami Improv Festival and having classes with Dave Russell was awesome too. Dave Rosowski, Mark Sutton, Joe Bill, meeting Charna Halpern from IO, just really inspired us to do something more, to carry on this flame of creativity in the Tampa Bay area. And we had a great group for a little while. And then eventually it kind of ran its course in due time, and BAIT kind of split up, and then everybody went everywhere, and then just developed more improv in the area. And we were so happy to see that happen. We had people that went to American Stage, and there's an improv program down there in St. Pete. Somebody started their own group, a girl named Crystal Hare-Lambo. She started the Box Theater in Tampa. And it was just really so cool to see, and that's kind of been my journey. So now I'm just in the St. Pete, Clearwater, Tampa area, still doing improv wherever I can, whenever I can.
Nice. So you're kind of responsible for the explosion in Tampa.
I think our group and the wonderful players that we had, I think that we helped. There was another great group called the Charming Hooligans with a buddy of mine that Daryl Knapp was a part of, and we went to see their shows, but I think they kind of went their path, and in due time they also all went on to different creative endeavors. Right. As well. And then BAIT was still around, so I think there was this interconnectedness between some guys from Charming Hooligan. Daryl came over to BAIT. Right. And then we just moved on. So it was a great time. We didn't know what we were doing. We had no idea. We hadn't approached long form at all. We were just doing games that we would see other people do and try to change them up. We would watch Whose Line Is It Anyway? And then we tried to experiment with something called mid-form. I don't even know if that's a valid term for, but it was a period of growth and just a period of excitement. And we would just play wherever we could. Right. You know how it is. You would go find a restaurant or a bar or a little theater or a place to play and just, let people know that type of art form was out there.
Right. Well, that's awesome. You have one of the longest intros yet, but I like it. So with this show, what I've started doing was just reaching out to improvisers, and I've had a few non-improvisers actually do the show. And like you, just really meeting you now today, I was hoping to meet new people. It actually happened within like 3 days. People were asking me to be on the show, and I hadn't even put out the first episode. So that was awesome. So basically, what we're going to do today is I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and we'll just see how you've been doing during the pandemic.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's go ahead. We'll jump right into it. So the first question is, during the whole coronavirus, what changed in your everyday process?
I would say the biggest thing is working from home, where I'm at now.
Right.
In the middle of my workday, Phil.
Oh, you want me to hurry up after you?
No, I'm just kidding.
After you talked for 45 minutes before we record.
And we loved it.
And that will be out on the actual video. This whole thing. Well, I'm not cutting anything.
Yes. Yeah, people's attention spans are going to go. It's like the first minute, and that's going to be it. But I would say that's the biggest thing is that I work for a global consulting firm, and we are all remote worldwide.
Right.
32,000 people plus, all these different countries, and because of it, it's affected everybody. That we're just all working at home, and we weren't sure at the time if that could be possible with what we do, and the firm is finding out that it is extremely possible and feasible, especially because that's what our clients are doing.
Right.
The clients want to be safe, and they're also doing virtual stuff. So it worked out. So I think that it's changed the firm from here on out on how we do our work.
Oh, yeah. That'll be interesting to see how it is long term.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so think about this, that we're home a lot more than we used to be. What do you like about being home so much?
I like not having a commute and spending a lot of money on gas. My drive is about 25 miles one way, but it takes me almost an hour to get there.
Oh, wow.
Depending on when I leave. So getting up a little bit later and walking down the stairs to the dining room table, I could do it in my pajamas. In fact, I'm half clothed now. No, not really. I'm fully dressed just in case someone walks in.
I mean, I'm in a dress shirt and basketball shorts, so.
I didn't know that.
Now you all know.
It's cool. It's cool. Hopefully the camera doesn't tilt by accident.
Tripod's tight.
That's the biggest thing I would say is no commute, and then you can just mosey on down to the table, turn on the computer, and start to work. And I enjoy that.
Right.
Yeah.
So let's flip the coin and say, what do you dislike about being home so much?
It can get pretty monotonous. You're away all day, so home's kind of like a peaceful haven that you can come to relax. But now I'm here all the time, so nothing changes.
Right.
And there are times where as soon as 5 o'clock comes around, I want to go do something, whatever it is.
Right.
I'll start returning clothes just for something to do to get out of the house.
You should start driving like halfway to work and turn around and drive back, and then it'll at least feel like you drove home. Right.
That's it. That's like one-way trip right there. Spending some time in the car doing errands, but I think that's probably what I least like about being here all the time is it never changes, and it's it's nice to be here, but then it's not because you're not doing anything different.
Right.
You know, so it's been crazy. I think for everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Luckily, mine was only 5 weeks. So,
yeah.
I want you
I'm
to.
thankful for a job, though, Phil. I'm really grateful to still be employed.
Oh yeah, definitely, because a lot of people are having it rough, and we feel bad for all of you. So think about that one thing that you're missing more than anything, and what would it be?
That I'm missing because I'm working at home.
No, during this pandemic, what are you missing?
What I'm missing? I'm missing the freedom to go do what we were doing before without having to wear a mask or take precautions, whether it's going out to eat with family and friends, going to a show, going to the bookstore, going, anywhere. Just being able to be yourself and not have to worry about all of this social distancing and the mask and all. It's so different.
Right.
And it's hampered so many different people, so many lifestyles and so many businesses. So I would say that it's just the freedom to be how we were before.
Exactly.
To be able to go out and have fun and do things like we used to.
Yeah, we still haven't actually went and sat down at a restaurant. We're like, we'll get it to go.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that. You're playing it safe. It's even if you do go to a restaurant, it's so strange because there's no one in there.
Right.
Every table, there's a space between every table. I mean, it's just a weird feeling. It's not like how it used to be when we would go out and there would just be people all around having fun and not worrying about being contagious.
Right.
And I know I understand why we're doing what we're doing, but it's not the same.
Yeah.
And for what we do as improvisers, performers, people who are creative especially, it's not the same. If you're doing live theater, it is not the same. Thank God for Zoom and technology, for sure.
Right.
But it's not the same.
Oh, definitely. I mean, like on the live show, at least we can hear each other laugh at each other. I mean,
yes.
It's not the same as the audience laughter, but we are getting laughs from each other. So that at least we're getting laughs still.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the last question in this series, it was originally written like this. Originally, it was written, when everything is opened up and you're free to do whatever, what's the first thing you're going to do? It got looped around because things started opening, and I changed it to, what is the safest thing you feel is for you to be able to go do?
I work in an office of almost 900 people. And our building is right on Ulmerton Road in between Clearwater and North St. Pete. I would say the most safe thing would be to follow. We're going to have to follow our protocols when we go back to work.
Mm-hmm.
The team that I'm on is the office services team. We're facilities coordinators, and we're the ones that are going to have to go in first before anybody else starts to use the offices again, whenever that happens.
Mm-hmm.
And we're the ones that are going to have to get everything prepped before anybody else comes back. And I think that would be the safest thing, is just following what they say, because we're going to be doing it every day.
Right.
There's only 5 of us, and it's a really, really large space. So I think that we would be spaced out enough. But even then, we're going to still have to be wearing masks and sanitizing and prepping workstations. So it will never be like it was back in the middle of March when we all took our stuff home, our laptops, and we went home. It will never be that way again. I don't ever foresee almost 900 people being in the offices. We have 3 floors, 3 separate floors in this building. I don't see that happening again.
Right.
I mean, we have snacks and free coffee and free tea, and we catered lunch every Friday night, every Friday for lunch. 900 people getting lunch every Friday, and a lot of that stuff has changed. But I would say that the safest thing would be to follow the protocols to go back to that office environment and remain safe.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I guess we're all doing what we have to do or what we know to do until we don't do it anymore. And when is that going to be?
Well, you say we are, but I see a lot of people that aren't.
Yeah. But do you think that by wearing a mask that says to other people that you care for them?
I would think so myself, because it's like there's people that I hear and they're like, oh well, look, it says right here that this mask won't protect you from the virus. I'm like, yeah, but it's stopping your droplets from flying at me, so it is helping, and they can't get that through their head, and I just get mad and walk away.
Yeah, I totally agree. I agree. Yeah, and so I don't understand why people don't. I was just bowling this last weekend with my son and my mom, and there's signs everywhere that say that while you're bowling, you have to have your mask on. But when you're sitting down at the table next to right behind the bowling alley where you can have your food and drinks and stuff, no one was wearing their masks. And then they forget to put their mask on when they go up to grab their bowling ball and bowl. So it was weird, and I don't understand that.
Right. And I don't know. I'll never understand it. I just do what I feel is best for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, so that's the end of the actual interview with you. But I hear you brought a friend with you.
I did.
Oh, well, let's go ahead and get them on screen, and I'll interview them.
Okay. I mean, you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Hold on a second. Let me find him.
All right.
Simon, he wants to talk to you.
Well, Larry went to go get his friend. Evidently, his name is Simon. Let's go ahead and meet Simon right now. Hello. How are you?
Are you Phil?
Yes. Are you Simon?
Okay, well, I'm Simon. Yes.
Yes.
Larry. I was in the middle of removing cuticles, and I'm here now. So.
Oh. I'm just reaching out to people and seeing how they've been doing during the pandemic. Is it okay if I ask you 5 questions real quick?
Well, I'm here, Phil. So.
So yes.
You know, I can soak my cuticles later. So if that's important, and people need to know these things, and I'm at your mercy, Phil. So go lightly, tread lightly.
Okay, we will knock this out pretty fast so you can get back to your soak. All right.
Okay.
All right. So during the whole coronavirus, what changed in your day-to-day process?
Having to babysit Larry.
Oh.
The guy won't let me alone. I mean, I'm here jeopardizing my health and my safety by being in his locale to keep him company. So, I wasn't even really expecting this, but so like I said, I'm here, and that's what's definitely changed.
Oh, well, yeah, well, I mean, I guess that's nice of you to be there to, at least you have someone.
Thanks for noticing.
So you have someone to actually talk to.
Well, yes, my life is still in jeopardy, Phil.
Okay, I'm sorry about that, but better together than alone.
I guess if that's how you want to look at it. Are you alone, Phil?
No. I have my wife at the house with me.
Okay, well, then. And see, the thing with Larry is he does have a wife. It's not good enough just to have her. He has to have old buddy Simon to come over and keep him company. The guy cannot be alone.
I did not realize that Larry was greedy.
Apparently so.
Okay. That makes more sense to me, and I understand your frustration, but I'm glad you're there so you can talk to me today.
Oh, thank you, Philip.
Okay, so, well, we're all home a lot more. You're at Larry's a lot more. What do you like about it?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. So what do you dislike about it?
Everything, because I'm not at home. I have a schedule. I watch my shows. I read my books. I do my things. I take care. I do hygiene. You know what hygiene can take a long time depending on the man that you are.
Right.
And for me, it's a process. I start early morning, and I'm not done until I go to bed.
Oh.
Okay. When I'm interrupted with Larry's nonsense, his shenanigans, as I might put it, This really puts cramps my style, if you know what I mean. So
Right. I completely understand. Okay, so let's think about that one thing you're missing more than anything at this moment.
my bed.
You're missing your bed. Okay, that makes sense too. Okay.
I had to get up really early and drive. It's a sacrifice, Phil. We all sacrifice during this pandemic.
Yes, we do. I only have one more question, and I'm just gonna ask you it this way. A lot of things have opened up since the shutdown, as I call it. What is it that you feel is the safest thing for you to go out and do?
Safest thing for me to go out and do would definitely not be coming here where I am now. I would say the safest thing for me to go out and do would be to go out my front door, turn around, and go back into my own home.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so that makes sense.
Right. So to go to some place to go out, I would actually have to open the door, go out of my domicile,
Right.
turn around, come back in, and then pull the door shut, because that would show that I had actually gone out to do something. Then I would just come right back in.
Oh, so I mean, you had that sense of feeling that you went out and did something without actually.
Yeah, at least make an effort, Phil.
That's right. But hey, you are actually leaving and going somewhere because you're at Larry's now.
I did that too. Yes, that's the big sacrifice right there.
And you hate it.
Can you tell?
No, not at all.
I'm very emotional right now. Okay,
right.
And I'm sorry that if it comes across, I'm not normally an angry person, Phil. Okay, you look like a fine gentleman. Do you work for UPS? It looks like you should be driving out there right now.
Nope.
You're just okay. I didn't know if the brown was down for the pandemic.
This is a black, but
okay. Well, I have glasses on, Phil. I have glasses on.
Oh, okay.
I can't see very well with technology through these.
Oh, yes. You got the blocker of technology on your face.
Yes.
Got it.
Blue light, yes.
Well, thank you for coming on the show. The only thing I have left to ask you, is there anybody you would like to give a shout out to that may watch this?
Oh, everybody that I know in the improv world, everybody that I love, all my friends from every Central Florida improv theater.
Wait a minute, so you're an improviser also?
Oh, shoot. Well, I just started like a level 1 class.
Oh, okay.
At the behest of Larry, or the bequest of Larry.
Oh, okay, so you and Larry are going to become closer because of improv.
I don't want to do it.
I mean, that's what he's hoping.
Yeah, but how do I get out of it?
Just do the level 1 and then just say it's not.
Leave?
Well, no, do the whole thing and be like, no, it's not for me.
I mean, I've already paid the money.
Exactly. Do the whole class, and then at the end make the decision if you keep going or not.
I don't know if I should. It's a virtual class, too. That's not real. It's not real improv. How do you learn from it?
You've already paid. Give it a shot.
Okay, Philip, I will do it. I'll give it a shot, and I'll let you know. But that's my shout out to all the people that I've met and all the improv world in Central Florida. God bless you during this pandemic time.
All right.
And just say, I learned a term. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's yes and.
Yes.
Have you heard the phrase yes and? You say yes, Phil, to everything, and then you add to it. You accept what the world has given you, and then and then there's ... after the and that's where you go. That's it.
It looks kind of like this.
Oh, that's it. That's it. That is exactly it, yes.
So yes, I've heard of it.
And you've benefited from it.
Yes, and I will continue to move on.
Yes, and you will move on to creative genius, I hope, unlike Larry.
Yes, and unfortunately it's time to bring him back, but it's fortunate for you so you can go get that soak on.
I think I'm soaking in Palmolive.
Oh, nice.
Do you remember the commercials?
Yes.
Madge.
Yeah, I do remember them. Yep.
Well, Philip, you're a nice man.
Thank you.
UPS is fortunate to have someone like you.
Thanks.
I hope you're safe during this pandemic. Did you want me to bring Larry back at all?
Yes, let's go ahead and bring Larry back so I can finish up this interview.
Okay.
Philip,
you take care.
Yes, and thank you again.
Okay, bye-bye.
Does this even look brown to you guys? I mean, it's clearly black, right? I mean, it's a black shirt.
Simon, just leave me alone. Just go finish your thing, and then you can leave. My goodness. Oh. Hey, sorry, man.
No, that was fine. It seemed like you were greedy needing friends, but it's okay. All right, so
I hope he wasn't rude. Was he rude?
No, he was a delight. So that is the basic end of the actual show, but there is a lightning round, and we do this kind of like a game show. We go as fast as we can. Each of these are only like 1 or 2 word answers, and the only thing you get when you win on this one is that your video will come out sometime on Saturday.
Okay.
which was gonna happen even without the lightning round. All right, so you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
What's your favorite food?
Asian food.
Favorite drink?
Water.
Favorite place to visit?
Anywhere but here.
Favorite movie?
Star Wars.
And on a scale of 1 to 10, how fun is this interview?
10.
Yes.
Did I do good?
You got a 10 also.
Sweet. Sweet, man.
Well, that is the whole interview process that we go through on this show. Is there anyone that you would like to give a shout out to?
To you and all of the people that might be watching it. Hey, keep doing the stuff, man. Keep improvising. We all improvise daily, so don't forget that. It's a gift every day, and just keep on keeping on.
You better mention Daryl, because he's the reason you're here.
Oh, right. Oh, and another person that just came to mind, I just thought of.
Oh.
Daryl Knapp.
Oh, I know him.
Yeah, I may have mentioned his name earlier on, but I'm not sure. But
you definitely did.
He is a great guy to know if you are in the improv world, especially in the Central Florida. Well, actually anywhere, because we're all the same. Doesn't matter what state you live in.
Right.
We do the same thing.
Pretty much, yes.
We improvise daily. So yeah, shout out to Daryl. Thank you, Phil, so much for having me on. I really appreciate you. It's great to get to know you and meet you.
All right, thank you for being on the show. You go ahead and stand still. I'm going to do a little outro, and I'll be right back with you.
You got it.
Hey, thanks for watching today's show, everybody. Remember, when you are out there, give a shout out to all those people that have been working hard through this pandemic, keeping stuff on the shelves for you. Just give them a thank you. It's very simple. Just say it. It's a nice thing to do. Give a shout out to all the people in the healthcare system fighting this thing head on. And remember to drop your hate. Spread some love. We are all one people. We'll see you next week. All right? Peace.